Hello and welcome to our coven.
Wait, you were doing that? Are you started?
Yeah. I didn't say anything. I just went. I got it wrong anyway.
Okay.
Hello and welcome to our coven.
We're Angels on Broomsticks. We're a mother-daughter duo.
And we love the makeup.
I'm Kristen.
And I'm Evangeline. Wow, we almost harmonized there. You went like, hey, and I went, hey. So today is kind of a bit of a theme in multiple ways. First off, we're kind of focusing on brushes and using some of our go-to brushes today and talking about them. But then also you're on a rewatch of Gilmore Girls for like the millionth, trillionth time. And
do put up that meme you sent me.
Oh yeah, okay. Bing. We've all rewatched Gilmore Girls many times. I don't know. We were talking about like that our favorite episode with Emily and Lorelai where they go to the spa and Lorelai lends Emily a lipstick called Vicious Trollop. And then I was also looking at Lorelai's makeup and how it evolves and how she really has some iconic, beautiful looks like in the first couple seasons. But in the reboot, I think they do her wrong with her makeup. So we're going to loosely talk about that a little.
All right.
And we also doing our makeup.
We also have to mention, we started watching Gilmore Girls. We were a little late to the party, but it was still going on natural television.
Yeah.
It was like the early, 2000 and...
I was about to go to grade 8. So, yeah.
So she was like back then, little Rory. And
I was younger.
Yeah. Lorelai.
Yeah.
And now,
I'm Lorelai.
Time has flown. I'm Emily now. I'm older than Emily.
We're disturbed. I know. It's shocking.
But I love Emily. She's my favorite character, so I'm embracing I'm embracing aging. It's fine. And that's another reason I wanted to bring up brushes, because out in the wild, people ask me, because they know I have a channel and I know something about makeup, but they're always asking me, what are your tools? What kind of tools do you use? Mm-hmm. So that's why we decided to make this, to talk about the tools we use. Because both of us, one thing, when we're doing our foundations, we don't like the sponge method or the only use your fingers. We're brush girls, right?
I used to use my fingers when I was getting into makeup, actually. I had this
Me too.
Mars sheer glow.
I never
so
had a
messy.
brush. I use my fingers for everything, and there is a time and place. But listen, I fingered my way through my face.
I almost never use my fingers now, unless for glitter. That's it.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm liking this Easy Blur Huda.
I'm so intrigued to try that.
And I put a little blob. Some foundations, you just put a pump. There's a pump, and I'll start with a pump. So I just bought the BK Beauty brush that was coming up on my newsfeed, and I've heard only good things about this brand, so I wanted to try them out. So it's just
nice.
a dense brush that is, soft, but, malleable.
Can I just feel? Oh, it's so similar to mine.
So another brush I do use is this Makeup by Mario F1. This is for foundation. This is for concealer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You just need a dense brush. Because sometimes you'll get a kit and there'll be a brush and there's a random brush like this. And you go, what am I going to do with that? Mm. It's not this.
Yeah. I feel like that would be something more...
For a blush or something.
Yeah, I definitely prefer a dense foundation brush, contrary to how Katie Jane Hughes does her brush work. She likes a loose one that you can just get a really light coverage, but I like to go in with it all.
Me too.
I don't want to waste my time. It takes long enough to get it to where I want.
Plus, and the foundation will live in the brush for a bit. And so if you accidentally put on too much blush, you can grab your brush for your foundation brush and go like this and tame it.
Going in for a second layer. Lately I've been experimenting with using a really light hand though. Sometimes I press hard.
Yeah, now I'm pressing hard as you say that.
But I go through and then I kind of buff it, but lately I've been kind of just letting it glide on top of the skin.
Nice.
We'll see if I like it. What?
Okay, so I don't often use like just on daily. I don't really use concealer. But since we're here, I did get the BK Beauty concealer brush that's on my news feed, the Angie Hot and Flashy collab. So this one, it's small, but not too small. And I'll just, like, and it's beveled. And I'll use it just for the under the eyes. Just to show. So I'll use this NARS Soft Matte and just dip it in. But normally I use this one, which I like better, the Mario one. Oh. This one's too big, I think. Oh. Maybe it's, I'm not liking it. Sorry, Angie Hot and Flashy.
Do you know who that is?
No.
I don't know. I'm going to do the same thing. I have this Rare Beauty concealer brush. It's like this in that it's beveled, but it's smaller and denser. See? It's a little skinnier.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. And that's kind of why I got this. I wanted to see if this was all that in a bag of chips.
But you don't like it?
I don't like it. I used it with another thing. Like, I might like it with, like, small pieces of foundation, but I don't like it with concealer. Not for me.
Yeah, I like this one. Like, you can really get in the nook right here. I always like to brighten right in this section of the eye with concealer. And then just bring what's left on the eyelid. I think a lot of, like those shows, really iconic shows we all loved in the early aughts. Whoever really loved them then, it's like you're all approaching different ages, like Sex and the City. Now I'm approaching that.
This little girl was raised on Sex and the City.
Baby child.
4-year-old.
And now I'm Sex and the City age.
Not quite, because they were
2 years. 32. She's 32 in the first one. And the actress, SJP, is 32. Yeah. You disturbed too?
Well, at least I'm just like that age.
Oh, yeah. Well, soon enough I'll catch up too.
And I'll be dead.
Oh, God.
Shut
hopefully
up.
Not. Okay.
So, which part of the face do we want to do?
I'm going to do bronzer.
Okay, let's do bronzer. I like to use just a big old flappy brush.
That's unusual. That's different than...
What do you use?
The opposite. Look, this. I've been really liking this dense but like tapered. I almost think of it as a little rectangle.
I stand corrected because I brought a powder bronzer.
Okay, I have a cream.
If I use a cream bronzer, I do use a brush very similar.
Yeah.
I use that Makeup by Mario bronzer. For sure. I would never use a creamy product with a big floppy thing.
I almost never, like, I use so much creams with my bronzers and blushes. Like, powder's just the exception. I meant to bring a powder today because I felt like that was more early aughts would be a powder, but...
I have a strange blush choice today. But I am liking cream blushes.
Yeah, I love it. Addicted.
Addicted?
Might as well face it, I'm addicted to blush. Brows, because I usually do my brows in the next step. Well, I do use a brush for my brows because I use a brow powder mostly. So I get one of those dual brushes with this spoolie on one side and an angled brush on the other, but not too small of an angled brush. Just the right size that I can get the product in quickly. Because I like to fill mine in. Lately I've been filling them in a touch darker too, so I've been using a brunette brow pencil, which is new for me. I did it kind of as an experiment, and now I like it.
I love a dark brow and a different color hair.
But it matches the hair. That's the thing. I've been enjoying kind of creating a bit more contrast in my looks. Like, you know, the brows I always kept light being a blonde thinking I had to.
So I just use a thing like this NYX. It's got a pencil on the one side and then the spoolie on the other. But then I like this new Thrive product of mine.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, now you're
I'm into it.
Brow
I like it.
It's a tinted brow gel.
Yeah.
So then I take this Kevin Aucoin brunette. And that's where I get a little bit more of that extra finessing that you're probably not even going to notice. Oops.
I think I need to trim my eyebrows. They're doing the curlies. Ugh.
This is just better for like little strokes for the end because powder is kind of obvious. Brows are my least favorite step. I could just snap my fingers and have them done. I'd rather. I don't enjoy the process. You?
Yeah, I like it.
Like I like
It's easy.
other stuff. No.
What's your favorite step? I know mine.
Blush.
Mine's foundation.
Really?
Well, and also the thing is that I'm glad we're talking about this. My favorite thing is brushes.
Oh, really?
I love brushes. Yeah, I have a passion for them, I realized. Yeah.
So you can never
Like,
have too many?
I want to tell you something so funny. You know I have so many.
Yeah.
I went like a long time ago before I was into makeup at all. I went to the art supply store and I got this brush. And I still to this day, I got it in the 80s. Like this is from 1988.
Wow.
I got it at Madoko.
Oh my god.
And it's my favorite sort of like, if I want to just use a powdered shadow as an eyeliner brush.
That's wild.
Isn't it?
Can I see it?
Yeah.
It does look like a lot more like a makeup brush than a paintbrush.
Yeah, it's a paintbrush.
Huh. That's funny.
And yet I have like, I've got rougher brushes. I've got all the brushes, you know, like I've got Morphe.
Wonder how much that painting brush was. Do you remember?
Oh, in 1988, do I remember?
I don't know.
No, it probably was under $5 because I wouldn't have spent more than that. Like, I really resent spending so much money on these brushes, but I do it because I do like the natural hair brushes, but I could live happily on the Sigma brushes, say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the natural hair brushes are nice.
Yeah.
And I rarely use them for blush. We're going to blush, right?
Yeah.
But I am going to today use, for the first time, try out brushes that look like this. This is a Rephr, so it's the natural hair brush, Rephr number 4. But my blush brush that I normally use looks exactly like this, and it's like a Morphe or something like that. Mm-hmm. So I like this milk thing.
Yeah.
And I do it this way. I just on the brush, not on the back of my hand. Do you?
No, not with that one. I'm going to try something I haven't tried yet. I love this Patrick Tashi's Wanted Blush. I think you ended up picking up. It's a really vivid color. So I avoid the powder side. I just use the cream. But these blush. These blushes are designed where you go powder than cream. And I don't ever do it because I have an innate fear, which is silly. So let's see what Patrick Ta had in store. Let's use a bit of the powder. Because let's talk about this flower nose brush. It's so good for powders because it's like these soft, fluffy bristles. It's easy to like not go overboard. You know, sometimes you put a powdered blush on and you're like, oh my God.
My God.
And then it's hard to blend out.
Blush placement is a thing. I do it not the way you do it.
You do the lifty more?
Lifty because I'm an oldie. I'm an oldie, but a goodie.
I like it. Yeah. I like it all. I like it everywhere, but... And I'm going for this cheek shade because I think it's more Lorelai-esque. She shines in berries. So now I'm going in with the cream.
What do you think Emily's thing is? I don't look a thing like Emily, do I?
No, I don't look like Lorelai though either.
No.
Emily, an autumn? She's got autumn vibes. Powder? Setting powder?
I do that at the end. Do you want to set?
I always do it now.
Okay, so I'm going to use just a small, this is a bristles brush. Because I don't go all over, right?
This is a tapered highlighter brush, and I use it for my powder.
Good
This
for you.
is way too big for highlighter. Look at this.
Yeah, I do that. I do big.
Who would recommend this for highlighter?
I
huh?
do.
What?
I do that.
This big.
I'm crazy, yeah. I can be really sloppy with that.
I
do.
actually didn't bring any highlighter. Because I didn't think it was very...
This is this is a Sigma brush for highlighter. Is this, what do you think?
That's a bit more... Look at the difference.
Okay, yeah.
Anyway, I love this for powder. It's not too fluffy. But yeah, I didn't actually bring highlighter. Because I am doing a Lorelai-esque, and I don't think of highlighter.
No.
Glowing skin is very of that time.
We're doing kind of natural makeup. kind of.
Yeah, I'm not doing much on the eyes. Just a little bit of like taupey eyeshadows.
Okay, yeah, I'll just break out Vanessa Myrick's groundwork. So this is an interesting palette in that there's that different textures. So I just use the same brushes. Like I like this sort of fluffy, soft. This is tapered, so there's control. But like that for the transition shade, if you will.
Actually, can I borrow one of those shades for my first brightening shade? This is my favorite brush for like just all over like brightening quickly because it will get in the inner corner more focus, or I can go for the lid and it's a dense brush. It's from the Katie Jane Hughes set, and I noticed she's putting out more brushes as like companion brushes for her big set because in her original one, most of them are fluffier style brushes, but she's released some dense ones.
She's a very fluffy girl.
Yeah.
So then I like to use like a brush that's sort of flat. This one is a Repher 02. It's flat, but it has stiffness, you know, for like control areas.
That's like this one sort of, I think, that I'm about to use a little bit.
It's not precision the way, say, my art supply store brushes, more so. But it'll, give me more control for a deepening shade in at the outer corners, right?
Yeah, I'm doing the exact same thing, and I'm using the I Need a Nude from.
So just doing. I'm not even technically doing the V shape, but I'm just.
I was wondering if we're doing the same thing right now, because I'm kind of doing a bit of deepening right there.
Yeah, just deepening the outer part of the eye.
Do you mostly use strokes or dabbing or both?
With the transition shade, I do a windshield wiper, but this I'm dabbing.
Yeah, it's kind of half dab, half sweep. It's like
And then I'm also gonna bring my fingers close to the brush end for super control.
I never really do that.
I've seen Linda Hallberg do it. Like she uses her brushes like she's really close.
Oh.
Like there's a way, it always looks cute when, what's the guy's name? The twin?
Oh, Robert Welsh.
Yeah, he's really cool. I like his style a lot, but for me, no.
Okay, I'm gonna actually try that because I usually hold it, like 3/4 of the way.
Yeah, just for the control parts.
So let me try that. Yeah, this is my favorite, like deepening on a lash line, but like not doing anything precise. It's from Katie Jane Hughes, and it's like a pencil brush, but not like tipped like that. It's more domed, so it's really good for getting into the lash line in a smoky way. So I'm gonna try your method of.
So also for under the eyes, like I'm a lady of a certain age, and I do like to use like a lot of makeup, but I would just use a small, soft, fluffy brush with a light shade. Just gently go under. I notice like Allie Glines, when she's doing this sort of thing, she'll actually pinch her brush.
Oh.
And so it becomes one of these flat brushes. It's a good trick.
Huh. I've never tried that.
Because I don't want it too precise. I just want it to look gently like I'm a little bit tired.
Let me try that. Like that?
Yeah, she'll pinch it so that she'll have control over it.
Oh.
To make a liner. Yeah. She's the only person I noticed doing that.
Yeah. Huh. It's a bit odd.
And then for an inner corner highlight, I have this pointy brush, the 03 Repher. Very tiny, very pointy, very precise.
Yeah. Pencil.
Very demure. I'm actually going to borrow this shade.
Sure.
Very pale. And we like to do our inner corners matte these days. Am I right?
Always.
There's a reason, too, for me.
Why?
If I don't do a matte inner corner and I do like a sparkly or a shimmery one, it'll inevitably get in this pool and I'll be crying.
Yeah.
The little glitters. So when do we use our fingies?
Shimmer.
So I actually got these Half Magic. I was interested in this brand. Guys, this is like an egg carton.
Yep. Very sustainable.
Very sustainable, yes. So sustainable. That's when we use our shimmers. We just go in with our fingy, and I'm just going to put it on my lid. And okay, ladies of a certain age, I want to encourage you to use a shimmer, because I have friends and they're all over 60 and they're like, they don't do anything, right? Because they're paralyzed with fear. Just do a tiny dot like what I'm doing. Look how tiny I'm doing. I just did a tiny, 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 tiny. Don't feel ashamed or embarrassed by your crepiness. There's nothing wrong with crepey. It's a texture.
Yeah.
Texture's good. Don't be so hard on yourself and enjoy life a little bit more.
I've been liking like a more focused tiny bit of shimmer myself anyway. Like instead of like the whole lid being boom shimmer, like just this little kind of dotting along the bit of the shading.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It looks nice. Very demure, mindful, like you said.
Yeah, mindful, whatever, yes. Yeah, you can wear it in the day. You should put a little tiny shimmer anyway. It just kind of makes your eyes look more brighter, I think. Brightens them, makes you look more on the ball, say. You're not so sleepy Joe.
Sleepy Joe. I think I'm going to pop a bit of waterline.
Oh, yeah, the waterline, too.
Because I did notice one pick a lower line. She had a white waterline, so here we go.
I'm using a kind of skin color,
Yeah, the melt ivory.
like my skin.
I have to go close, otherwise it gets everywhere. Okay, shall we pop off for lashes?
Yeah.
All right, lips. I'm going to do what I sort of think vicious trollop is, but you can't see it so clearly anyway. Like a dark red, you know? You're doing the same.
I am, but I think what I brought out a brush. Like, what's a lip brush? Nobody knows. Because you know the trend of like sort of making it go blurry.
Oh, yeah, I don't like doing that. But yeah, that's good for that.
Okay. Do I like doing it?
I don't know.
It's very difficult, but I'm gonna try it.
I just like always going for an overline. Always.
Okay.
But, yeah, go.
Oh, no. This lipstick is a Lisa Eldridge one. What is it?
Velveteen Jazz. Yeah, I feel like Lorelai in the first couple seasons, like she often has like a dark red, a dark pink, or some like classically kind of 90s-y browns. And they look they look great on her. She's such a winter with her high contrast. Like, you know, I find the color seasons flexible, but Lorelai, there's something about those really high contrast shades, like what you have on. That looks so good on her. And I felt in the reboot, they put her in all these kind of pastels and washed out colors, and I just found it gave too much like almost dowdiness. Like she looks striking with like stuff like that. Agree?
Yeah.
Disagree? I feel like they do her a disservice. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe that's a thing. When also women get older, they feel like they have to wear like less makeup, but like, you know, my Graham Flash, she's always rocking a dark vampy lip in it.
Yeah, her
fantastic.
grandmother, not my mother, but her other grandmother, amazing.
I feel like, if anything, it makes you look younger. To be honest. Not that you have to look younger.
Like, my goal as I age now, I'm over, like, trying to attract men because I don't want to. I want to attract, like, people to say, hey, groovy lady.
Yeah. This is Merritt Lavenue, and I think of it as a kind of, it's like that reddish brown that I think is very early aughts. Who had never heard the word aughts? I said that. I think Brian. He's like, what the heck are you saying, the aughts?
Low information. Ooh,
No, he's addicted to the news. Yeah, isn't this very Lorelai? Lorelai Gilmore? Lorelai Gilmore?
I'm trying to make a blurred lip.
I might add a gloss for fun. I got
Which I
this
don't-
elf gloss. Sorry,
Where'd you get that?
At Walmart. I didn't mean to. I saw it. I just thought it looked so pretty. And it's in the realm of the shade. And it's the shade Jam Session.
Okay, I'm not loving the blurred lip.
No.
But it's here. It's on my lip. So what I'm going to do to correct it a little bit is add a lip liner. Forensic makeup.
Friends.
Yeah, it's like forensic after it's dead. Like, What does the word forensic mean?
To look at DNA evidence?
No, that's forensic science.
Okay. I've never
I
used
might
it.
be wrong. Let me just look.
I've never heard the word forensic outside of forensics.
After the fact, isn't it?
We're new makeup trend, TikTok forensic makeup.
What? I'm probably wrong.
You just invented it.
What pays forensic? Wait.
I'll use a lip brush for like a bold red, like the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Ribbon. I didn't bring it, but like definitely a precise brush. It can be really helpful to have a lip brush if you don't.
Sorry.
I love this combo. So luscious.
Okay, here we go. I don't know if I'm vicious or a trollop, but
I think so. Yes. Finished looks, really focusing on brushes and just keeping things pretty. Yeah, simple today. Simple's my MO these days. Well, not really simple compared to everyone else's makeup, but simple compared to
us and
COVID makeup. I don't know.
21.
Yeah.
We were crazy back then.
You have to go as creative. When you have a new creative pursuit, you have to go through your cringe era. I've heard that. That's like a thing.
Yeah.
When you are not going through any of that, then you're not trying hard enough or something like that. Like you have to go through this cringe era when you're like trying to pursue something new. Like you're going to be not bad at it. Well, maybe bad at it, but you're going to have this crazy weird time.
Yeah, fair.
So, yeah.
Not everything will be, perfect or whatnot. But this is our best advice for brushes. When we say fluffy, stiff, little tricks to make your fluffy eyeshadow brush stiff is pinch it.
Yeah, all right. Well, that's it for today. Thanks, everybody, for watching till the end. And until next time, stay witchy, stay bitchy. Have a good week. Bye, witches.
If you're out on the road,
feeling lonely. Lonely.
What did I say?
And so cold.